Hi guys, this is Jack from Maths Forge. Today we're going to be doing equivalent and simplifying fractions. So for the first example here, we have 2 over 5 is equal to something over 25. And the way you answer these questions is you have to find the multiplier to get from 5 to 25. So the two denominators that you can see, you have to find the multiplier that goes from the smaller one to the larger one. So I'm just going to write it out here. And you have to think to yourself, okay, from 5 to 25, what can I multiply by? Well, the answer is times 5. And this multiplier to get from 5 to 25 applies to the numerator as well. It applies to this 2. So you have to take this 2 and multiply it by 5 as well to get to your unknown, this question mark here. And of course, 2 times 5 is 10. So the question mark is equal to 10. And if we just check our answer, there it is. And we'll try this again with another example. So I have 1 over 2 is equal to 8 over something. So we're going from smaller to larger. This time they've given us the numerators to work with. So what can I multiply by 1? It's always multiplication in this case if you're going from smaller to larger and left to right. Well, I multiply 1 by 8 to get to 8. And the same multiplier times 8, you have to apply it to the denominator. So 2 times 8, same multiplier, gives us 16. So the question mark should be equal to 16. And we'll just check our answer. There it is. Okay, and now for the 2 star. So we have 14 divided by 21 is equal to some number divided by 3. They're equivalent to each other. Well, 21 to 3, the number's getting smaller if we're going from left to right. And so we don't multiply, we divide. 21 divided by a number gives us 3. Well, that number is 7. 21 divided by 7 gives us 3. And so this division by 7 also applies to the numerator. So it's similar to the 1 star examples, except we're dividing this time. So 14 divided by 7 gives us our answer, which is the question mark, which is 2. 14 divided by 7 is 2. And we'll just check our answer. There it is. Now we'll move on to the 3 star examples. So here they're just asking us to simplify 3 over 6. And when you simplify, you want to divide the numbers, the numerator and the denominator. So you have to find a number that divides into 3 and at the same time divides into 6. So the top number, the numerator, and the bottom number, the denominator, they have to be dividing by the same number. It just has to be the same. So in this case, well, I can't divide it by 2, but I can divide 3 by 3. That's going to give me 1. And can I divide 6 by 3? Yes, I can. So I can apply the same division to the top and the bottom. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And now we have 1 over 2. We can't simplify the 1 any further. And if we just check our answer, there it is. It's fully simplified. Let's try another 3 star example. So we have 11 over 66. And you have to really know your times tables for this to come through as a simple problem. So we can see here I have to divide. I'm simplifying, so I'm going to divide the top and I'm going to divide the bottom number, the numerator and the denominator. And which number goes into 11 and 66? Well, if you know your 11 times tables, 11 goes into 11 and 11 goes into 66. So 11 divided by 11 is 1. 66 divided by 11 is 6. And we can't simplify the 1 any further. So that's our answer. We'll try one more. In this case, we have 8 over 24. Now you have to think of a number that divides into 8 and divides into 24. Now the most straightforward number students seem to go for is 2. So you can divide it by 2 and you can divide it by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 24 divided by 2 is 12. Now, this is not fully simplified. You have simplified it, but the expectation is for you to simplify it fully. And you can see here that 4 can be divided by another 2, and the 12 can be divided by another 2 as well. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. And even then, it's not fully simplified. You can simplify it further. So I can divide 2 by 2, and I can divide 6 by 2. Notice how I'm always dividing the numerator and the denominator by the same value. This has to happen. If you divide the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 3, you will not get an equivalent fraction. So we have 2 divided by 2, which is 1, and 6 divided by 2, which is 3. And now this is fully simplified. If we just check our answer, there it is. There is a simpler way to do this and a quicker way. If we have 8 over 24, you have to think to yourself, is there a larger number I can divide 8 and 24 by other than 2? Well, you should know that 24 is actually in the 8 times tables. And because 24 is in the 8 times tables, we can divide both the numerator and the denominator by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 24 divided by 8 is 3. And like I said before, if you really know your times tables, these ways to solve the problem become much more apparent. It's easy to see that we can just divide by 8 straight away. It's very important for you to know your times tables. And there we have it. This is equivalent and simplifying fractions.